We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Haru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, back at it again. Here for you, here with you. Time to take it to the next level with episode 103. Realist versus victimize, or victim, or being a victim. So a realist versus victimization, or victimizing yourself. First and foremost, shout out to you. Those of you who don't know, You Are the Gym podcast show. Always in effect, always here for you. Definitely here to take it to the next level. Ask those questions. Get your body to the par. You feel me? Looking younger each day. Shout out to all the thank yous, the comments, the problems, the issues, the lovely, the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, as they would say. You're here live with me on You Are the Gym podcast show, as we do live on Instagram and we do live recording. Just making it happen. You feel what I'm saying? Just kind of having that mindset to make it happen. But do some things. I have been getting burnt out a little bit, but that's another story. But shout out to you. You can always reach me on Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcasts. Just Google my name, Haru, the Modern Monk, or just Google podcasts, You Are the Gym. And I should pop right up, right there, boom. Shout out to my sponsors, my brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, Method Moreno, website at drbozmoreno.xyz. Yes, that's Dr. Boz Moreno at XYZ. His email, support at methodmoreno@gmail.com. That's email, support at methodmoreno@gmail.com. His number, please text him before you engage into the calling aspect of it. Text your name, kind of introduce yourself. And basically, it's 404-462-0571. That's 404 Queen Boulevard. Classic if y'all don't know. 404-462-0571. Shout out to you, Dr. Boz Moreno, for doing what you're doing, healing people all around the world and keeping it 100. Got something on there. Some food. If you're looking for some fitness solutions, take care, get where you want to get to. You feel what I'm saying? See, that's what's so beautiful about longevity, because you learn your body. Those of you who's tuning in, let me back up. Those of you who are tuning into your body, you know your body. You know what your body needs, the nutrition, the value, the essence, the pureness, the grab and goodness. You know. Then you know how to go about your life, handle your business. Even though, like I said, a little burnt out a little bit here, because I've been grinding. You feel me? And when you're grinding, you start slacking on a few things. So therefore, you need to get back and get repleted, get replenished. So shout out to you. Those of you who looking for some fitness needs, y'all can always hit me up at youarethegymlive.com. That's youarethegymlive.com, as well as my email, youarethegym@gmail.com, youarethegym@gmail.com. And please text me 206-659-6382. That's 206-659-6382. I do have t-shirts, and I will be having some bags shortly here. So I do have t-shirts, $27. Come pick yours up. Come claim 4-5 of them bad boys. We need to start circulating around this world a little more often. And I need to start seeing You Are the Gym popping up everywhere. You know how Amazon do it? Everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Welcome to the You Are the Gym podcast show, where we're live in the podcast show. Yeah, that's 103. Realist versus victimization, or being a victim or acting like a victim. The realist, victimism. Let's go and get into a little more level playing field, what I'm really about to talk about or go into a little in depth. So, realist. Let me define realist. Give me a few ticks, as my brother was saying, Lawrence Fishburne. Few ticks up in yeah, that was Tina Turner's. Give me a few ticks, that brother said when he was playing Ike. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But we're gonna get deep. We're gonna get deep today. We're gonna take it to the next level. A little touch of vinegar, apple cider vinegar, lemon water, and lemon. And actually, I put some peroxide in there too, to keep the corona from getting the rona, if that makes sense. Here's another thing. Even though a lot of times I may feel I don't get sick. I haven't been getting sick. That's one thing I notice about since I've been out here in this beautiful weather out here in Hawaii. The weather is gorgeous. The weather is beautiful. Hands down, the best place ever. I mean, don't take me wrong. I think San Diego might give them a run for their money. But other than that, any other place I've been to, Northwest, Southwest, East, West Coast, Hawaii has been definitely the best weather, and I haven't really been getting sick. Even though I have been overworked or burned out. I'm getting burnt out currently, not just with the work, but just with the fitness, with everything a little bit. So I'm kind of going on a little tangent right now. I've been too negative to an extent, too negative. And I haven't been doing my meditation like I usually do too. And meditation usually calms you down. So don't never get it twisted where people be like, oh, forget meditation. It don't work. Yes, it does work. It is definitely therapeutic, and it actually puts your mindset in a more positive upbringing or more positive outlook on certain things, even with issues that are really ignorant or really stupid that even exist. You know what I'm saying? Just how here's a question. This was a question before I get into the definitions of the realist and victimized. I wanted to ask this question to all the gurus, to all the self-help, personal development cats out there. I'm talking about even the Timothy Ferris's, all them, everybody. The question I never really understood, and the question I haven't really seen answered. And why is this the case? Why do we have society becoming dumber than becoming smarter? With all the education, with all the elements of all we have with the self-help books, the personal development, the inspirational, the spiritual upbringing. And it's like the people are literally getting so, the dumbing down is so bad, where it's like we have allowed it in our society where it's okay. And then everything is like sensitive to everybody. Oh, you can't talk about that. Oh, that hurt. That's not, look, that's not even real anyway. How we go about these jobs, and it's like we're just a fake, phony fucking person. Fake, phony. Like the brother said, the best time you're a perfect gentleman or perfect young lady or woman is when you filling out an application, a job application. You're perfect. Everything is perfect. Yeah, I have these skills, and I'm efficient in this, and I'm confident in this. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, people. We need to start asking these questions. Why is this the case? Why are we having more dummies developed on a faster rate than our self-help personal development people? They've been doing this for decades, years, centuries, educating the mind, the body, the soul, the health. I've been reading all these older books. I don't know, people. I'm talking like prior to 1900s, right? That might not even be old to you. But at the same time, this was why I say old, because a lot of people wasn't able to get books back then, right? Books were rare, right? Especially when they was having a so-called culture or society not allowed to read. Oh my goodness. And there was a lot of white folks involved in that too, who couldn't read or write. Let's start putting things in perspective. Therefore, that's why you only had 13 colonies at the beginning of this country. Come on, people, can we start? We talk about these forefathers, and I'm big on the forefathers. Don't take me wrong. I respect them, what they have done for their people. You feel what I'm saying? But we got to understand, look, it was so many educated people. And I mean educated, self-help, self-taught, self-developed, the Benjamin Franklins. It wasn't that many people when you're talking like, and they was looking at avenues where they can get these issues around the world, right? Not just in their particular cities or states or little tiny little villages. They was about their business. And this is another question I would ask too. Even like, how has money, as we know it, as this Federal Reserve note, how has that circulated? And then the invention of the ATM. Think about this. The ATM wasn't really as big, I can even say, in the 90s. See, we got to look at distribution, right? We got to look at distribution. All the difference of Bill Gates, the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk, they created availability. You feel what I'm saying? They created something that can enhance, that embraces everyone, include everyone in that realm, wherever it may be. That's why we exalt them. That's why we put them off and pay them the big bucks, as we would say. But you got to really realize everything is distribution. Kind of like when you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself. You're selling who you are, your being. You know, and that's one of the crazy things. Even like working within relationships you have, it's like we don't even want to we talk about accepting each other. Shit, you got to accept yourself before you accept somebody else in your realm or allow them in your domain. Are you with me? We're talking realist and victimization. How the building blocks, how some of these building blocks have been keeping you fucking covered up, away from what reality is, because we're going to these jobs and these are fake facades. Y'all not feeling me. I don't think y'all with me. And then we play these games of victimization. And then when you have somebody who's actually real, and what I mean by real, I'm talking about looking at things as it is. How do we solve the problem? Knock it out so we don't have to address that problem ever again until it metamorphosize or transform. You feel me? You with me? Y'all not ready. I'm telling you, y'all not ready. I don't think y'all ready, because y'all not hearing what a brother is saying. You feel me? Y'all got to hear what the brother is saying. Then you have to strategize. Then we have to apply action or faith. Because that's what it comes down to. Your action is faith. Faith is action. It's the same frequencies. I'm marketing myself. I'm getting away from all these big conglomerate. Oh, wow. They just paused my stuff on Instagram. Reconnecting a brother, as they claim it. But we still gonna keep it moving. We still gonna keep it moving. If you don't know, now you know. This is You Are the Gym podcast show, where your mama, your grandpa, grandma, everybody need to know this show. Everybody need to be tuning in or tuning up. You feel me? Come on, let's examine. Let's examine these situations that we're dealing with on a daily basis. And we're not questioning them. Therefore, the people who actually gets punish for the situation are the ones that awaken most of the time. But y'all not with me. Y'all not hearing me. Huh? I'm still reconnecting. Let me see what's going on. It's pause, video live, pause, reconnecting. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. Shout out to you. Thanks for joining. This is You Are the Gym podcast show where we're live doing a podcast show at 103. Yes, that's 103. The Realist versus Victimize. The victimization of the mind. The reality of the mind. The realist who's applying the action. You feel me? Who's applying the action. Victimize always have some excuse. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Victimization, or the victim, or those who believe they are the victim, like most of us have been playing. A lot of us on this plane, as we know as Earth, Mother Gaia, right? The Netaru. These are things I don't think we paying attention to because we so caught up. Caught up. Caught up when that Usher. Shout out to your family. Usher. Yeah, that was Caught Up, right? When he playing that song? Y'all remember that? That's where we have allowed ourselves to be caught up, right? This is 103, the Realist versus Victimization. Now, right before my reconnect, I was going to get in the definition of realist. Now, to my handy dandy Google, yes, Google's a trip because they do have a lot of power amongst our country and state and world, but you can utilize the opportunities that they do have that are good ventures, or you can use them in good medium. I'm not saying I agree with everything Google is doing, no, but at the same time, use what you can, leave what you don't want. You feel me? Same thing. We're going into the definition. Now we know. Do your own due diligence. Do all your own research. You know one thing too about dictionaries? Dictionaries, words, and phrases do change over time. So thus, be aware. That's why I'm a big advocate of older books prior to 1960. These books were actually understandable. And especially with the people with the intellect at that time. They had a higher intellect when you was taking on reading, understanding, like I was talking about earlier in this show, about it was only so many people around the world who could read. You feel me? Especially if it was English. Oh my goodness. Y'all not ready. I'm telling you, y'all not ready. We're not paying attention to what life has been given us. The universe already been given us. Everything exists and it's always have a solution. Everything has a solution. We have been impatient. Plus, we don't even know our significant others as well as we think we know them. And I think one of the things I would say too is, wouldn't you think your significant other grows or learn more in life? If they're not learning in life and not changing or evolving, what is the point of being in a relationship? Because I don't want to be in a stagnant relationship. I want to be in a moving, like that river moving down the street, not a pond. I'm a river. We keep it moving. We keep it pushing. You feel what I'm saying? You don't stay young by sitting around watching TV all day, or videos all day, or vegging out on whatever it may be. You have to put action. You have to put faith into action, or action into faith. Y'all not with me, I'm telling you. So realist, let's get into the meaning of realist. A person who accepts a situation as it is and is prepared to deal with accordingly. My goodness. Whew. An artist or writer whose style is characterized by the representation of people or things as they actually are. the adjective, accepting a situation as it is and being prepared to deal with it accordingly, representing a person or thing in a way that is accurate and true to life. These are cool, I'm telling you. Realist versus victimization, or victimize. Now let's go over to victimize. Let's see what that term or word or that phrase of energy that resonate from not just me, but from those who actually victimize themselves or put themselves as a victim, African Americans. The cops. Go look at your near neighborhood. Go look at your black neighborhoods. How many of us actually know each other? On a positive level. Doing community outreach within each other, right? Within your community, your network. How many are we doing that? Maybe once upon a time that happened within this society. They claimed that it did back in the early 1900s. Yada, yada, yada. Right? See, and we don't know that because we wasn't there. I wasn't there. I didn't witness that time. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that Jesus existed and this and that. I don't know if the dude existed. Because all I know, all religions have a certain Jesus in general. His name may not be Jesus, but it's all the ideology of the same mindset. Right? You would agree with that. A realist, a victimized. Now, this was interesting because it said victim mentality. So I'm going to just jump over to that. The victim mentality is acquired personality trait in which a present person tends to recognize or consider themselves as a victim of the negative actions of others and to behave as if it were the case in the face of contrary evidence or such circumstances. Now, think about that for a minute. Victims, negative terms. I'm victimized. I'm a victim. Or I act like a victim. Because look, you know what? You can act like a victim and you don't even know it. Because of what your frames have been given you within your life. Now I'm talking some psychological terms. Framing and reframing. And the psychological certificates. See, I got you. Because it's all wordplay, as the brothers used to say. It's all wordplay. All wordplay. Suit and Seti. All wordplay. Yeah, it's all wordplay. Phrases. That's how they was able to conquer the world, my brothers and sisters. English, French, Swahili. Think about it. All these terms. You have to conform. We talked about that in a few podcast shows before. Conforming. You have to bow down to this. Because we have created it in this format. Think about this. This is what's going on with the victimization of the mind. The mind, the body, the soul. Everything's connected. Money's just the second element. That is the outside element. Let me say it like that. It's the outside element of what the human being or the human species have created within this illusion, right? We just agree on the dollar bills, y'all, right? Or the Benjamins. That's interesting too. Even just reading Benjamin Franklin's his resume or his portfolio, you tend to see these connections. That's another thing I don't think people are really paying attention. There's a lot of connections going on within our history, far as these particular people that they're actually putting together for you, right? The bootstrap stories. I mean, even just reading the Titan. You know what I'm saying? Just what this dude was able to do, but then at the same time, he didn't have social media and all that stuff. right? He didn't have all these news real, even though they try to put Rockefeller down for far as what he's been able to do. See, the key thing was back then his face was shown. All the other people's face wasn't even out there. They was just conquering areas and destroying villages and towns. They wasn't even considered towns back then, right? See, everything is there. All the dots are there. All the dots are there, right? But we tend to put the balance on the victimization because we've been playing victim for a long ass motherfucking time. Ever since this country have been developed, we have been playing the victim. Why we got this? Why we got this? Always crying and bitching, but not doing anything about it. Uh-oh. You're hurting them. The victimization. I'm a victim. Everything is against me. No, not necessarily. It's how you interpreted it, right? How you interpret. That's basically what's going on. And if you're not learning to reconstruct, re-examine, reanalyze, dissect, you definitely might as well just put it up. Why you stop learning? You shouldn't stop learning. Shit, since they stopped giving me an education at grade 12, I went on to college, but I'm right now taking a certification. You feel what I'm saying? It's always about educating. You have to educate. You have to extract the knowledge out of you. You know what I'm saying? And what I've been learning more and more about marketing, brother, sisters, you buying me. You feel me? You're buying me. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I want to be the best me I can be to give you the best experience that you can. Look, all our experience is going to be different, right? But it's definitely some foundational aspects to it, right? Principles, there's certain principles. Shout out to that brother Haru, the Modern Monk, for that new book coming out, Confessions of the Mind of an Athlete. And basically this is like a autobiography. It's an autobiography. All the trials and tribulations thus far I've been actually achieving, as well as the trials and tribulations and the stimulation that a brother been going. Video keeps pausing. Yeah, I know it's been some weird stuff going on. I think because the internet I got here is weak. My roommate, he does a whole bunch of watching videos, so it slows down my bandwidth, if that makes sense. But at the same time, we're gonna keep it plugging. If you don't know now, you know you are the GM Podcast Show with the Realist. Okay, with the Realist. And matter of fact, this is episode 103, Realist versus Victimization. Now let's dive deep a little bit more into this Realist mentality and this victimization mentality. Now, let's start out with the Realist. Now, in the Realist, most of the time they're looking at things logically, and I don't want to go in definition with logic, but at the same time, logic is gonna mean real, real within that, I guess, that picture frame or experience that you are about to experience or had an opportunity to experience. Because you know what? Most people want you to have their problems. Y'all know. Most people want you to have their problems. That's why you have to say, no, stop it. I don't need this. You can keep that. That's the problem with our society. We have become victimized. Therefore, victims from all the cops is this, and they doing this to us, and look, and we just accepted the coronavirus shot. But it's giving me power. I'm falling the fuck out. I'm having problems. I'm having complications. You know what? It's going to be more problems after these shots. Trust me. How you going to... People, are y'all with me? Come on. How you going to give people the flu shot year after year? Obviously, it's not working, people. Do I have to rewind? Obviously, it's not people. Right? Come on, folks. You go every year and get a flu shot. Now that should show you why is this flu still existing? Oh, it's a virus. It's a virus. Yeah, but if they can control the virus, you could. Matter of fact, won't you? Since you're new to this, won't you turn off the technology right now on your phone? You're recording your MP3, whatever the case may be. Turn it off right now, cause you know what? If they can control the virus, what you think they're gonna be controlling after they done got everybody vaccinated? Woo! Just like them brothers in the wrestling. Woo! Y'all not ready for this. Y'all not really. Realist versus victimization. Or victim. Or victimized. That's what they think. That's what they contract. And that's what is trapping them in there. Like trap music. All these brothers talk about trap music. You go look at their background. None of these brothers come from that neighborhood. None of these brothers come from that mindset. It's all a game, brothers and sisters. It's all a game. And the game is to be played. So what the brothers say is to be sold, not told. As the brother. Y'all not ready for me. Y'all not ready. Because this government loves when you stay humble, when you stay in compliance. You're abiding by the policies. Yes, the policy states. See, you know, Martin Luther King would have been like, fuck this shit. You know, he would have probably been cursing about right now. Talking big here. And his cursing would have been so smooth. Fuck you motherfuckers. Martin Luther King, I'm telling you, he would have definitely been pretty pissed off. How we just been conforming. We just been, yes sir, yes sir, uh-huh. How many shots? 3? Yeah, I'm down with it. I'm up for it. Oh, that now my hand is done went. I don't know what happened. I got the shots, and my hand's been acting real funny like that there. Right? The realist. The victim. Therefore, medical bills heighten up. More medical visits. More medical debt. Y'all not ready for me. You should see how many people. It's crazy. This is a daily thing out here. All the consumption of big business. That amazes me. It really amazes me. It's more people out here shopping, spending our money on worthless items. Worthless items. And I can even ask them, what have you learned in the last 6 months? Something educational, something to get you certified, to get your soft skills up, or just to take your whole job mentality to a whole nother level. You feel me? I bet you, I wouldn't have that many people, keep it real with you. It'd be a lot of people be like, they done spending on some bullshit. Oh, I'm putting it in the house, and the house ain't even worth nothing. It's crazy. Everybody's house is worth $1 million. So what is the value of your crib? You feel what I'm saying? That's people. All is doing, minimum wage and all that stuff, all we're doing is just moving with the times, right? Moving with the times. When you can go to the store, 50-cent candy, that's my ear. 50 cent, I can go in there and get some candy for 50 cent, $1, and get me 2 pieces of candy. And that'd be some Skittles and maybe a Snickers, right? Back in the day. Y'all not with me. Y'all not feeling me. Victimization, the realist. Now, the realist is that everything is moving up. So it's the same as it was years ago. Think about it. Oh yeah, minimum wage was $4.75 once upon a time. I remember that. That's when I started. 14 years old. 14 years old. $4.75 minimum wage. This was up in Alaska. Now think about this. It's the same scenario. Yeah, you might incorporate a bigger place, more responsibility, more bills, because that's basically what it has conformed to, more bills. Back in the day, you didn't even really have that many bills in the 80s, the 90s. Think about this. Now you got crazy bills piling up in your mailbox. This is the realist thinking. Now the victimized thinker is going to be like, how can I get more, I wouldn't even say opportunity. How can I get more help? How can I be more dependent on these social, economical, community-based programs that has been running us downhill, hands down. All these social, economical, it's been getting worse, people. It hasn't been getting better because it's the wrong focus. It's the wrong focus. You telling me all these cops all around the country killing black folks, you telling me it's not their training? What the fuck? Why are we not going in there with the... And then the laws. We forgot the laws. I hear all these brothers, the Boyce Wilkins and all these other brothers who's got great platforms, but you're not talking the right talk. Y'all ain't even saying what the real issues are. Everything got to be by the law. We got to go in within the law. You see what I'm saying? We got to get in them law books to change anything. Oh yeah, we getting all these lobbyists and these people and this and Harrison and she's for this and that. They're not for shit. They haven't been doing anything. Long as their pockets are more millions of dollars, more control of your assets, of your ass. Here, you can have my Social Security. You can have my birth certificate. You can have this. You can have that. You can have my whole life. Now just cut me open. Put a little tab in there so I can be watched at all times because I want to be your servant. I want to be your slave. The victim. Corporate slavery. If we not feeling that, something's wrong with us. But we just want to get by. We want to just survive. This is what I hear all the time. I want to just survive. I just need to survive. Long as my family is good and I'm good, we're good. No, it don't even work that way. It doesn't even work that way. You know what we have to do? And we're seeing it point blank and time again. They're trying to take your woods, my Alaskan brothers. They're trying to take your woods, your getaways from you by cityfying them. Like the boy, he's sissified. Cityfied. That's what they doing. Going around. I remember Washington State all day, every day. Now, all them places we used to think was beautiful, well, still beautiful technically, but now they're becoming cities. They're becoming cities now. And you're getting a lot more activity in there. Therefore, you're creating a negative environment for getting a lot of Y'all not feeling me. See, I don't necessarily have to go statistics, because statistics don't really show you nothing. The thing what shows you is when you put certain quality of people in the neighborhood, therefore your neighborhood gonna start representing that quality of people. Oh, this was a great neighborhood until 3 years ago. How many times have you heard that around America? America, or North America, even up there in Alaska. Even though it's certain areas like, per se, like Fairbanks, that's actually kind of dying to an extent. It's going back to the late 80s, early 90s, when they start falling off. Therefore, they was picking up some steam in the 90s, but then that cut off real quick. People like myself left, and we didn't want to build there. Therefore, you don't have a support system there. That's another thing I don't think people really are paying attention to either. We keep selecting these incompetent politicians. Therefore, we don't even really know their portfolio, because everything's all made up. This is what the public want to tell you. This is what these institutions want to give you. They're not giving you the realness of You Are the Gym podcast show. Well, shout out to my brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, for putting it down, making it happen, and keeping health where it needs to be. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those of you who can see that on Instagram, yes. But at the same time, the realist versus the victimization. Now, let me step back to that one question I asked earlier in here. And maybe you can answer this for me. Why has society becoming dumber than becoming smarter? That's the question. Now, from my observation, and this is me, my own research, my own due diligence, and I've been on these media platforms for a few decades now. And it's been, what, 2 decades? 2 decades, literally. I've been doing this platform, podcast show or radio show or however you want to. I've been talking with the people, talking with you. You see, feel what I'm saying? Listening to you. That's another thing I think where it disconnects you when you do have a car, because you really don't know the spirit of the people unless you're walking amongst them. Want me to step back to Jesus? He walked amongst the men. See, because you get a different vibration. You understand the people. You get an understanding. But then that understanding is something that I don't need. But I know what I need to do to help that circumstance to become better. Even though we have all these social, institutional, economical, community-based programs that has been really increasing the drama, but decreasing the hope mentality, if that makes sense, or the reality, not the hope. Fuck hope. Obama, that was the worst tagline. All them taglines these guys been talking about. Make America great. Fuck, America was never great. The only time America was great when it was all one continent. And that was only for a few minutes when they created that document. Actually, the document was already created. They just put a date on the motherfucker. 1776. Y'all not feeling me. Y'all probably wondering, what the fuck is this brother talking about? Yeah, it's a reality check here. And this is another thing, we allow the victimization to become a staple. instead of really taking ownership or taking accountability for our own actions, the black community, African Americans, however you want to see us or see them. Nobody's taking no responsibility. Nobody's taking no accountability. I'm here. I've been standing up for a long ass time. I've been telling you, we got everything fucked up. Everything you learn, you need to dislearn that shit. Period. Hands down. Because it hasn't made you any better. Matter of fact, it made you ignorant. Shout out to my brother Matt. What's good with you, bruh? We getting it in. Podcast 103. Realist versus victimization, or the victim mentality. Fuck the victim mentality. Start taking ownership of you. Stop allowing these institutions, because a lot of them, all they're doing is testing your sanity. That's all they're doing. How much work can we put on this man or this woman before they blow the fuck up? You feel me? This is understanding what's going on, but then you're wondering why people are becoming victims, because you having these particular programs or policies phrasing or reframing their realities from what they did at least known. At least they're questioning certain things. They don't even do that anymore. We don't critically think. And like the brothers say, kind of slow thinking. We don't even do that. Think big. Think small. Think. Reality. The realist versus victimized. Now the realist, obviously the realist is the one who's questioning the situations, the scenarios, the experiences. Coming up with solutions. That's what a realist is. He comes up with solutions. Period. Hands down. And I'm not saying you got to analyze and you got to always come up with a solution or an answer for everything. Because that's not reality to an extent. Because there's certain things when you're not ready, but when you're ready, you're ready. You feel me? Think about all the stress and, the stress, just Elon Musk, I'm just using him as an example. With the SpaceX he had created. And think about this. I don't even think y'all really getting this. How is NASA owning the whole space program? Telling when, where you can go up in space. That should show you or share with you guys the reality of what the fuck is going on. If you notice, Bronson, y'all remember Richard Branson? The Virgin mogul? That dude was doing the space shit too. But what they tell him? Shut the fuck up. We don't need you in here no more. Go play. And what he do? You haven't heard nothing. He done sold all his big... He's a billionaire too. He done sold all his program. Don't take me wrong. He done sold Virgin Music and all the other classical stuff. You know. And this guy is behind Boy George. George, I think, George Michael and Wham. I think he was behind a whole bunch of classical brothers back in the day. Virgin Records. But y'all not with me. Y'all not feeling me. But my point is, how did Elon Musk get that contract with NASA to go to space? So you telling me NASA owned the whole space program? Tell you when, where, why, and how. See, that I don't... And we talk about a free country. We free this, free that. We forgot the word free, huh? And I think the word is so bad. Free is so bad. We got it so bad. We go to the stores and everything gotta be free. And then we wonder why we got all this stockpiling, cluttering, materialistic piles of shit everywhere. Every neighborhood. Go look at the neighborhoods. Look at everybody's garage and shit. Got shit all packed up in there. Can't never use it again. Now, I can understand if you got boat parts up in here, especially in Hawaii. You don't see too many boats out here. That's kind of interesting. Observation I have been observing. We are on an island. So you telling me, brothers and sisters, yeah, So true, yeah. You don't see no boats, but you see brothers. Maybe these brothers can swim like a motherfucker. But if a tsunami come up in this bitch, ain't nobody gonna be no swimming. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to swim. They gonna be in some type of boat or floating instrument. Y'all not. The realist is in the house. Let me say it like that. The realist is in the house. Mm-hmm. So it's an understanding of a mindset. So people, bear with me. Come along with me. Come through this rabbit hole. Because Alice wasn't bullshitting. You know Frank Oz? He was a genius. But the thing is, he was metamorphosizing all the issues that was going on back in the day. Even like with Wizard of Oz. Right? The movie Wizard of Oz. He was talking about the gold standard. He was connecting all these dots for you in a story form. Therefore, it became a movie, or a play, a big ass play. Therefore, created as a movie, 1939. Right? So it's an understanding. These are the things that we got to start connecting. Connecting the dots, as they would say, connecting the dots. Because I believe that the believe is in the believer and in the believer. Even though that word is a very questionable. Because a certain phraseology that our parents give us, right? Some cases. Let me back up with that. Some cases. Because usually they think you can learn by, you learn by action. You learn by movement, right? How people accept, how even people respond to certain characteristics or certain voices or certain elements of what the experience may come about. And you as a child, you're comprehending these things. You're looking at, okay, how's my mother responding to my father at this particular point in time? Right? So you analyzing and you double analyzing, and then you going through school and then you trying to learn certain things. Oh, we're talking about psychology, even though you don't really get these experience till you get like more in, the junior high and then the high school. Then you really start learning who you are in college, right? You get that alone time because all that experience from your adolescence to your teenage years, you start really getting, okay, let me start taking care of this. Let me go this route a little bit, right? In your college years. Then with some fun years, though. I gotta say that. My college years was some fun. Well, all my years were fun. Definitely a learning experience. If you don't know, now you know. We at You Are The Gym Podcast Show live and direct on Instagram. And that's You Are The Haru. Yeah, You Are The Gym, or Haru Ahmad at You Are The Gym. You definitely can come in contact on my Instagram. I do got that Facebook, You Are The Gym. But like I said, as I get more closer to my website getting up, youarethegymlive.com, all content, everything is directed to that website. Because we're going to start putting it down, make it happen to a point where the whole reframing is You Are The Gym. 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 You feel me? You are the mind. You are the body. You are I am that I am, as I would say. That's the realist. Versus victimize. I don't know if I can do this. I don't have enough time. They have a tendency to always have excuses. Uh-oh. Huh? Y'all heard of that word. We talked about that a few times on the show. Excuses. I got an excuse for this. I excuse. I didn't do. Do. You got to make excuses not a part of your resume. Right? Like I said, the only perfect time you are... The best perfect time is when you're filling out that application. That brother said, that job application. You're the perfect candidate. You're the perfect candidate. You do everything and anything. Shout out to you, Han Solo, my brother, My brother Noomsay. What's good with you, man? Shout out to you. If you don't know, we on the You Are the Gym podcast show live and direct on Instagram, but doing live on the recording, and we talking about the 103, the Realist versus Victimization. And we just been dialoguing. You know what I'm saying? We've been dialoguing. Yeah, excuses for sure. We come up with them with the best. Brother, we some good liars too. We some good liars. We don't even understand, and these folks came up with white lies. They call it white lies. These folks done took everything. Everything. It's crazy, bro. But it's an understanding. It's definitely an understanding that you need to start taking more. Like I talk about all the time on the show, you got to start taking more responsibility because we have become corporate slaves. Literally, we've been corporate slaves. We're getting these big businesses that's big driving. They're driving you. They're driving everybody. And it's just a concurrent, but all it's doing is materialistic bullshit. It's just causing more dumb, stupidity, ignorance. And that's why I'm not a big component of these videos, all these prank videos. Because what it's doing to the mind, the psychology, the sociology, the pontology, the kentology, the pimpology, right? All these elements are building up against you. Therefore, you look at things and you seeing things kind of like we used to talk about with the games, the video game, how all of them was very violent, right? Even though, and then we started getting all these movies with the violent going on where people always whooping somebody. So we'll see it live in front of us and we won't even react. We desensitized. That's the thing what's going on right now. We so desensitized now. So therefore, the more ignorant you are, the more stupid you are, the more we accept the shit. And then we got a nerve to feel sorry for them. I'm going to talk about that too. Empathy and sympathy, the differences. What's really going on with that? I don't claim that I know everything. But at the same time, I'm going to question everything. I'm going to question everything. Even like with situations, we talk about communication, right? But some cases, we do need our space. Everybody needs their space. Period. Everybody needs a breather. Hands down. We can't keep going. That's another thing. That's why we call it energy. Spurts of energy. Right? Everybody be talking about, having all the chakras open and this and that. Yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But it always needs to shut down too. Shit, you can't just keep going with a bunch. That's the false lie too with the fitness industry and all these other bullshit ass, fake ass situations that they've been creating. Oh, you can work out every day. Yeah, you working out every day, but you're not getting no results. You're not going to get the results you're looking for. You got to have your body got to rest. Your body got to replenish. Your body got to build. It's got to take time to build or rebuild. You feel me? People ask me all the time. Trust me. I mean, I want to just be muscle chiseled like a motherfucker. Literally chiseled. When y'all come over here, y'all touch my arm, y'all be like, damn, I just cut myself. You feel me? Because that muscle is just so swole. Y'all, that's pure muscle. That's what I was telling the doctor. I said, that's pure muscle. She looked at me crazy. She said, yeah, that looks... You only got 2% body fat. Look, 2% body fat. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't even be living, people. 2%, so don't get it twisted. You definitely need some fat. You definitely need that energy storage. But like I said, when I get out of here, I'm looking right? Yeah, the 7 chakras. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's good to have them open, but then some cases you need them closed too, because that energy got to slow down a little bit. Because especially when you're moving, like I was saying earlier, I'm getting a little burned out, experiencing a little burnout. I got some vacation time coming up, so I'm going to take advantage of that vacation time. But at the same time, I'm like, let me keep it moving till I get to where I need to get. That mindset. I think that mindset come from a athletic mindset. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking like ideas, concepts, You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, especially when it comes to like fitness. I tend to, or physical fitness with my body, I want to put my body in the highest state of athleticism, not just athleticism, but in anything come down, I can be able to be ready to go. Being prepared, not preparing. Already prepared, ready to go. See, and that's the mindset even with anything you do. You know, that's why they see me, I'll be moving. You know what I'm saying? I'll be moving. I ain't got time for the bullshit. Because everybody up here thinking time is on their side, and time never was on your side until you start controlling the time and the time of what you're using for. You feel what I'm saying? I'm using this for educational time right now. And I time myself too, but then at the same time, I'm getting more credentials. I'm getting over here so I can get my game up and up where I can offer you more value in a matter of hour or something. You feel what I'm saying? Where you can take this information and literally apply it to your life. That's a realist, not a victim. The victim, he's gonna just try to keep on coming up with, how can I get more of his time? How can I see? That's another thing too, because it's all about building self-awareness, right? Yeah, we're together in this, but then at the same time, it's understanding you gotta play your part too, and you can't always be trying to, oh, I need that, I need. See, that's when we come down to this these understanding of now I can't even come up with the dependent type of mindset. Even though we do need it, don't get it twisted. Loneliness is not the way to go. I think loneliness has its place. That brother get a little raw with y'all. Getting a little raw with y'all. They'll take you to the mindset. Like I said, if you don't know now, you know you're on You Are the Gym, the podcast show. And you know what? You should be telling all your buddies too, your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, yada yada yada. Grandma, grandpa, let them know. Check this brother out. He might have something to trigger you, to get you to go act on it. You feel me? Take that faith. Take that leap. What that boy said, leap of faith. And what he's saying, leap of faith, see, that's action orientated anyway. Then this brother preaching. This brother ain't preaching. You know what this brother's doing? He's speaking from the heart. That's another thing I think we got wrong in these businesses or these big corporatocracies. We're not speaking from the heart no more. We're coming with these facades. It's always this facade. Well, I gotta be this type of way so people can respect me and this and that. If you live in a certain way, you already building that respect. Are you with me? You know what I'm saying? You live a certain way. You hold yourself up high. Therefore, and don't take me wrong. People feel energy, because I know I've been putting out I've been putting out some negative energy too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. I'm literally tired. I'm burnt out right now. I'm literally burnt out. You know what I'm saying? And when you put in your all, see, and that's another thing people don't really realize. When you put in your all, I'm here. This is my time. This is the time. You feel me? Let's go. How can I make this the best day of my life? In other words, you feel what I'm saying? Because you never know what the day is going to bring you anyway. So don't sit out here and say you predicting the days and this and that, unless you just don't want nothing for yourself. And most people don't want nothing for themselves. Therefore, they get the same replay, Hedgehog or Groundhog Day. That's it. Groundhog Day, like we talked about the other day, Matt. Groundhog Day. Keep doing the same thing. And see, and that's the problem too. Because society has accepted that mentality. Therefore, it's that victim mentality again in play right in front of you. And it's so cold because every aspect of it is being exploited in your face. The Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, everything, bruh. You can't even go outside without seeing some dumb shit going on. You feel what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy. And you know what's the madness to me? Is how do people even want to drive and they're driving so far from their jobs? Vice versa. I never understood that. And then you got to leave 2 times, even though I'm a big advocate of being on time. I'm a big advocate being on time. I'm usually 30 minutes ahead of the game. I'm usually like 30 minutes most of the time. But all the places I lived upon the planet, on this plane, I never was crazy far from my jobs, right? Where it was like, no, I can't come in. Because 9 out of 10 times, they're going to say that. Especially with all this travel time. You're going to have a lot of issues where they're not showing up on work, time on work. But y'all don't, this is the thing. Y'all are not connecting the dots. Y'all not connecting what's going on with our human species. What's going on with society when we got these cell phones all doing anything and everything for us and we can't even do fucking math, normal math. You feel what I'm saying? Just shit like that. Everything we do, we don't think for ourselves. We got the computer. Oh, Alexa, find this. Cyrus, find that. Shit, let me go find it. That's what I do love about libraries. I still go into libraries and walk down every aisle. Every aisle. You know this, Matt. Even in bookstores, I'm flipping out. That's like my jewelry store. Brothers be talking about how they buying all this bling bling. That's what I be buying. I be looking for like rare books. Let me find that Rockefeller ledger book. You feel what I'm saying? These are the things I'm into. I'm into books. I'm into old school books. Literally rare books. Shit when Emerson and all them motherfuckers was writing. Mark Twain. Langston Hughes, all them brothers who was actually giving you substance. That's another thing too with these writers. Fucking Anne Wright talking about killing. And Stephen King, he ain't really been, that's my brother, but he hasn't really been, all his stuff he's been doing too much shit to please the newer crowd. I mean, I know I guess he got to get the sales, but he don't even really need the sales. That's the thing too. I mean, I can see if he's doing it just to be doing it. If that's the case, he should be maybe donating his money to somewhere else. Because I'm sure I'm sure he's pretty close to a few $100 million. With his classic movies and everything on top of that, his movie rights and all that. You kind of see what I'm saying? It's like these artists too. That's another thing you don't see it no more. You don't see the Prince. You don't see the Michael Jackson. You don't see maybe I'm not looking in the right places. I don't know. Because I'm not looking forward to Beyonce. I'm not looking forward to Jay-Z. They really don't even do nothing. When you're talking like classical music. Uh-oh. Music that will live long. But we'll still be listening to bad. You feel me? Staple music. See, that's a difference too. Staple music. Music that's gonna last for centuries. You know, you can still put a Tupac. That's funny. You still can put a Tupac song in right now. And Tupac's production and everything is still quality compared to these newer rappers today. But y'all not hearing me. Y'all rather be the victim. See, and like I said, I'm a creative, so I like doing creative shit. Let me back up. Not shit, but substance. Something that's going to awaken your mind. Even get you to be like, what the... I was watching a documentary yesterday. It was kind of interesting, but it was Weird Homes. Weird Homes. It's an old show from, I think, 98. I think it was 1998. And they were showing all these places around the country, North America, how people was creating these homes, you know what I'm saying, in their art, like folk artists, certain crazy different artists, not even folk artists, but different other types of artists, what they have done. Even with the dude who had created, he used embalming glasses to make his house, a glass home, and it's actually pretty exciting because it reminded me of the Earthships and what he was doing, even though I think he got the idea from that particular house, because that house was built in the 50s, 1952, I think they said. And it was actually an interesting home. He made it like a castle. So it's actually all these embalming fluid bottles that literally created this home. It's off the chain, but my point is being creative, using that creativity or that reality or that realness to stimulate people's thinking, their mind, get them to wake up a little bit. Even though we have, like I said, wake up, just start questioning what your reality is of what's going on. So you want to be at this job for the rest of your life, day in, day out. This is what you're doing. And you call this progress? Well, some people like... See, that's the problem too. Everybody got an excuse for something. Excuse to be a victim. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been seeing all throughout my little experience, especially out here in Hawaii. Everybody playing the victim. I want my money back. Because it didn't do this. It didn't do that. Reality. The realist. Now, if you're getting any value from these shows, and I know y'all been listening to it because we've definitely been getting some downloads and all that other fun stuff going on. But shout out to you. But you can always reach us at youarethegym@gmail.com, as well as youarethegymlive.com, as well as You Are the Gym Podcast Show. So you can just Google that, put that out there, start listening in, start tuning in, start following my show. I'm usually weekly, once a weekly. I usually occasionally give out 2. You know, and I have a bunch of interviews coming on too. A lot of good ones coming on board to kind of stimulate some of that mind, get people to start thinking a little bit more for yourself, understanding, get yourself around better quality people too that actually going to challenge you on a good thing, step your game up, if that makes sense. Not necessarily stepping down, lowering your standards, all that other dumb shit. No, higher your standards. Get yourself around. Get the mindset around more quality, better people. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself help. Start reading more. Start listening to books. Listening to books that's going to stimulate the understanding, stimulate your thinking, even learning how to learn. You see, I usually do that. Man, if you see my shit I be doing, that's probably why I'm burnt out too, because I've been crash reading. I've been crash studying. I've been crash researching, you know, and plus I'm working on these other projects. One of the other elements I want to say too, start completing your projects. If you don't get nothing out of this show right now, episode 103, Realism versus Victimization, finish your projects, finish your tasks, finish your events, finish them off. Stop always procrastinating, throwing it to the side, doing this, doing that. Finish it. Complete it. You feel a lot better. You know? And there's a few projects I got going. I'm going to be annihilating them. Take them out of process. Boom. Handling it. Moving forward. And giving more value. You feel me? Giving more value with me. That's the cool thing. With a book, all you got to do is buy my book. You feel what I'm saying? And the value is there. You kind of see what I'm saying? The value is there. It's shared. It's there. You know, and it's duplicating my energy. What I have documented in these particular paperwork or book or however you want to look at our document. But like I said, this is You Are the Gym Podcast Show. Much love. And we going to be getting up out of here. Like the brother said, getting up out of here. That's what they used to say, tease me and my brothers. I'm gonna tell my mama. Oh, yeah. That's what they said, how we used to talk back in the day. Those who know what I'm talking about, y'all know what it is. It's funny, too, because how we have navigated these particular waters. We have went into the squatters and started getting in there and learning more how to articulate, you know, and that's what comes out with these particular shows too. I can be able to articulate the terminology that I've been wanting to phrase and put into action, therefore faith in the process. Peace. I'm out. Much love and happiness to y'all. Tune in. I'm going to be doing another video just to let you know that I did this video. Peace. We out.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.